Welcome to the Brookmont Interfaith service. In today's service, I want to offer you a different paradigm for holiness than the one that tells us holiness is apart from our lives, separate and accessed only at certain times, in certain places, or accessed through certain people who are more expert at bringing holiness into this world than we are. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote, "This is one of the goals of living, to experience commonplace deeds as spiritual adventures, to feel the hidden love and wisdom in all things." He said, "Just to be is a blessing. Just to live is holy." This is Holy as a Day is Spent by Carrie Newcomer. Holy is the dish and drain, the soap and sink, the cup and plate, and the warm wool socks and the cold white tile, shower heads and good dry towels, and frying eggs sound like songs, with a bit of salt measured in my palm. It's all a part of a sacrament, as holy as a day is spent. Holy is the busy street, and cars that boom with passion's beat, and the checkout girl counting change, and the ones who wore their mask today. Hymns of geese fly overhead, stretch their wings like their parents did. Blessed be the dog that runs in her sleep to catch that wild and elusive thing. Holy is a familiar room, a quiet moment in the afternoon, and folding sheets like folding hands. To pray is only laundry can. I'm letting go of all I fear, like autumn leaves of earth and air. For seasons came and seasons went, as holy as a day is spent. Holy is the place we stand, to give whatever small good we can. The empty page, the open book, redemption everywhere we look. Unknowingly we slow our pace in the shade of unexpected grace, with grateful smiles and sad lament, as holy as a day is spent. And morning light sings providence, as holy as a day is spent. This story is called The Rabbi's Gift. It's from a version told by M. Scott Peck in the book The Different Drum. The story concerns a monastery that had fallen upon hard times. It was once a great order, but because of persecution, all its branch houses were lost, and there were only 5 monks left in the decaying house, the abbot and 4 others, all over 70 years in age. Clearly, it was a dying order. In the deep woods surrounding the monastery, there was a little hut that a rabbi occasionally used for a hermitage. The old monks had become a bit psychic. They could sense when the rabbi was in his hermitage. "The rabbi is in the woods. The rabbi is in the woods," they would whisper. It occurred to the abbot that a visit with the rabbi might result in some advice to save his monastery. The rabbi welcomed the abbot to his hut. But when the abbot explained his visit, all the rabbi could say was, I know how it is." So the old abbot and the old rabbi wept together. Then they read parts of the Torah and spoke of deep things. When the abbot had to leave, they embraced each other. "It has been wonderful that we should meet after all these years," the abbot said. "But I have failed in my purpose for coming here. Is there nothing you can tell me that would help me save my dying order?" "No, I am sorry," the rabbi responded. "I have no advice to give, but I can tell you that the Messiah is one of you." When the abbot returned to the monastery, his fellow monks gathered around to ask, "Well, what did the rabbi say?" The rabbi said something very mysterious. It was cryptic. He said that the Messiah is one of us. I don't know what he meant. In the time that followed, the old monks wondered over the significance of the rabbi's words. The Messiah is one of us? Could he possibly have meant one of us monks? And if so, which one? Do you suppose he meant the abbot? Yes, if he meant anyone, he probably meant Father Abbot. He has been our leader for more than a generation. On the other hand, he might have meant Brother Thomas. Certainly, Brother Thomas is a holy man. Everyone knows that Thomas is a man of light. Certainly, he could not have meant Brother Elred. Elred gets so crotchety at times. But come to think of it, even though he is a thorn in people's sides, when you look back on it, Elred is virtually always right. Yes, almost always right. Maybe the rabbi did mean Brother Elred. Surely not Brother Philip. Philip is so passive, a real nobody. But then, almost mysteriously, he has a gift for always being there when you need him. He just magically appears. Ooh, maybe Philip is the Messiah. As they contemplated, the old monks began to treat each other with extraordinary respect on the chance that one among them might be the Messiah. And in that atmosphere, they began to treat themselves with extraordinary respect. Well, people still occasionally came to visit the monastery and its beautiful forest, to picnic on its tiny lawn, to wander along some of its paths, even to meditate in the dilapidated chapel. As they did so, they sensed the aura of deep and gentle respect that began to surround the 5 old monks and seemed to radiate out from them and permeate the atmosphere of the place. There was something strangely compelling about it. Hardly knowing why, they began to come back to the monastery to picnic, to play, and then to pray. They brought their friends to this special place, and their friends brought their friends. Then some of the younger men who came to visit the monastery started to talk more and more with the old monks. After a while, one asked if he could join them, then another and another. So within a few years, the monastery had once again become a thriving order and, thanks to the rabbi's gift, a vibrant center of light and spirituality. Within this paradigm of holiness, there are so many opportunities to bring holiness into this world. In the words of Rav Kook, a beloved teacher, "There is nothing unholy. There is only the holy and the not yet holy." There is holiness when we strive to be true to the best we know. There is holiness when we are kind to someone who cannot possibly be of service to us. There is holiness when we promote family harmony. There is holiness when we forget what divides us and remember what unites us. There is holiness when we are willing to be laughed at for what we believe in. There is holiness when we love, truly, honestly, and unselfishly. There is holiness when we remember the lonely and bring cheer into a dark corner. There is holiness when we share our bread, our ideas, our enthusiasm. There is holiness when we have the humility and the courage to grow and change, to make our world more just and compassionate. It is holy to say, I see you, I hear you, and thank you. There is holiness when we love the unloved and extend the embrace of belonging to those who could not imagine that they do belong. And there is holiness when we reach out by whatever means we can to support each other in any of these endeavors. I now invite you to get comfortable in your chair. Get yourself into a feeling of comfort and nobility at the same time. Check out your body to see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. Feel your feet on the floor, your bottom on the chair. If you're not sitting forward, then if you're sitting back in your chair, feel where the chair makes contact with your body. This is all to get us into our bodies, which means that we're here in this moment. We arrive. Take some nice, slow breaths. And we're going to sing through 3 cycles of When I Call on the Light of My Soul, I Come Home. After we sing the lines of When I Call on the Light of My Soul, I Come Home, there are yellow lies, and the reason we put yellow lies into songs is so that we can add our own thoughts to the song, to the prayer. So feel free to do that. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. One more time. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Ya la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. I invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already done so, and let this prayer wash over you. Holy One, awaken my heart, quiet my mind. Draw back the veil of my illusions to perceive your presence. Settle what stirs endlessly within me. Hush the voice of haste and hurry. Awaken my inner sense to recognize your love hiding beneath the frenzy. Enfold me in your attentiveness. I want to welcome you with joy and focus on my dwelling place being your dwelling place as well. Amen. Think about the room you are in right now. I'm going to invite you to bless this space, how it is right now. Imagine sending light into every corner, every nook and cranny in this room. You may wrap light around certain objects. Just give it a brilliance. Now imagine walking through your dwelling place and room by room, blessing each space just as it is. You may think of things you would change about it at some later time, but it is how it is in this moment because it served some purpose and it deserves to be filled with your blessing. Imagine moving among the rooms, filling each room with a warm light. And as you leave each space, you may want to put your hand over your heart and think to yourself or say aloud for each room, bless this space and may blessings flow from here. Go right ahead and do that. Filling each room with light. And we say, bless this space and may blessings flow from here. From room to room, trails of light following us as we go down hallways, as we go upstairs and downstairs. Bless this space and may blessings flow from here. Bringing light to each bedroom. Bless this space, and may blessings flow from here. Bless this space, and may blessings flow from here. Bless this space, and may blessings flow from here. Bless this space, and may blessings flow from here. You may want to bless bathrooms and closets. Bring light, bring light. Imagine being on the threshold of your door and saying, bless this space, bless this home, and may blessings flow from here. Imagine blessings and light flowing out into your neighborhood, wrapping around trees and homes and anything else your light comes in contact with. Let it flow up and down the streets and bless it. Bless this space, and may blessing flow from here. And now, I invite you to imagine the homes of beloved friends and family. And as you visit each home in your heart and in your imagination, fill it with light. Put your hand on your heart and say or think to yourself, a blessing on your home, and may blessings flow from here. Go right ahead. A blessing on your home, and may blessings flow from here. A blessing on your home, and may blessings flow from here. Of course, you can return to this practice anytime you wish to bless your home or the homes of others, or you might want to pause the video right now so you can continue blessing. Go right ahead. I would like to share one thing that I find very moving about blessing. And that is that it seems that blessing releases sparks of holiness and enables me to see the person or thing, in this case, the place that I am thinking about and that I am blessing. I'm able to see it in a raised up light that seems similar to what happened in the story of the monks and the rabbi's gifts. And I think that once you see a person or an object or a place in that way, it affects how you interact with it. It affects your relationship with it from then on. It's very beautiful. So let us take 3 beautiful deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, just to settle ourselves and return to ourselves. 2 holiness in action items for you. The first is to add more thank yous to your life. I'd like to read this poem. It's called Thank You is Its Own Kind of Light by Esther Cohen and Matthew Septimus. We don't tell one another thank you often enough, and thank you is its own kind of light. Thank you is hard to say. We should be able to say thank you all the time alongside I love you. There is no love without thank you. We are afraid sometimes, afraid to say that we would not be the same, we would not have the same good life if you weren't there. Without you, we would miss you. And when you are here with us, what we want to say over and over, although we rarely do, sometimes we forget to say thank you. The other holiness action item I want to suggest is that you tell people you love that you love them. This raises sparks of holiness. And may you never be too late in telling someone. This is Take the Time by Heather Pearson.
Is a chance to start anew, to share your love and joy with everyone. Take the time while you can. Take the time while you can. Take the time to show your love. When your life seems to run away from you and you feel an aching in your bones, every soul shares the same path with you, so don't be afraid, you don't walk alone. Take the time while you can. Take the time while you can. Take the time to show your love. Take the time to notice. Take the time to feel. Take the time to reach out for what is real. And take the time while you can. Take the time while you can. Take the time to show your love. Take the time to show your love.
We end with May God Bless by Beth Heyman.
May God bless and keep you, and may God light your path with grace. May you see the divine in the faces of faces of those who meet, and may God bless us all with peace.
And these words from the Corrymeela Prayer Book. May we find our foundation in the work of love. Yes, demanding, tiring, and true and human and holy. Amen.